Hello explorers, and welcome to this week's video. In this week's video it's going to be another Bakkie update. As you can probably hear over the mic, it's summer is back and the bugs are definitely back. But let's not waste any more time, let's get right into the build. So on the Bakkie side, the newest addition is this front runner slimline roof rack with the integrated light bar. Must say this comes in pretty handy to load stuff on the roof. So the biggest difference with the slimline compared to the normal roof rack, the normal one will look like the one that's on the canopy at the back, but the slimline one has this angled front, and this one also comes with the option for the integrated light bar. Frontrunner does offer a light bar that you can include in this package, but I decided to go for the Hello Black Magic. It's quite a lot cheaper, not to badmouth the Frontrunner product, but this was almost half the price and it's double the brightness. This puts out 12,000 lumens, which is pretty bright at night, and on the new next gen Ranger you can include that on the switches in the front of the Bakkie. So the cool thing is we moved the crate brackets to the front now, and I can also tie down my recovery tracks in the front. So we got the two crates here, recovery tracks, and then in another update video you'll see what we guys have planned for the two opening sections at the back. But let's move around the side and see what's happening there. So in our opinion, one of the coolest things you can get right at the beginning of your build is an awning, preferably a 271. You get the ones that just pull straight out, but in my opinion you don't get the best shade bang for your buck on that. So we decided to go for the Alucab shadow on. I know there's a lot of products on the market. I looked around, some of the products look nice, but I couldn't find a place close to us that really sells them. So we decided to go for the Alucab. There was a place right here in Montana I could go to, have a look at it, see what it has to offer, and the price wasn't that bad. So we installed the 270 awning on the side. So as you guys can see here, they just lifted this roof rack on the canopy side just to get a bit more height for the awning so that you can easily walk underneath it without bumping your head. But let us show you how quick this is to open and set up. So you just open the zip from the back. You just pull out the cover to the back side of it. You just undo the Velcro straps here. And then the cool thing is, it comes with this on the side, and then you can just easily open it all the way up. So this awning comes with all the brackets you need to install it. So we just pop riveted this bracket in there and this one on the front runner roof rack. And it's easy, you just slide it in there. And then you just put some tension on it just to make it nice and tight. And then in the middle here, you just push it up a bit and open this just to put a bit of droop on the awning to get the water off if it starts raining. So this awning comes standard with one adjustable foot, so you just loosen it a bit, it comes out easily. Put it on the ground, put some tension on it and screw it in. And these come standard with these straps to tie down to the ground. So it only comes with this one leg, but you can buy the optional extras separately. So I bought one for each section just to put tension on it, and then it's easier to tie down if it gets windy outside. Another cool optional extra you get for this awning is the storm kit. So how this works is you just put this on the side, tighten it down, and you just strap it like that. And then in the kit you also get the ropes that tie to that, you get the pegs to tie to the ground, and you get one of these brackets for each side to make sure that if the wind gets really strong, your awning doesn't blow away. So another cool idea I had for myself is to put the camping chairs in the back. You know, whenever you go to a braai or a picnic or somewhere, the camping chairs are always there and available. Another very cool product from Frontrunner themselves is this stretched straps. So I just got the bigger hoop for the side to fit on this 4 brackets. So the nice thing is you just put your stuff in place, hook it in, and you just put tension on the strap. So this side of the strap is like spring loaded. So you just strap it in, it's there and it's out of the way. That really makes life so much easier. Guys, we saw this product online. It looks pretty cool. The product is from the Lighthouse. So it's a string light set to light up your campsite. We are not sponsored by them. We saw this product, it looked pretty cool. We bought our own set, but we're not going to show you how this works in this video. The plan is to go on camping and to set this up in the campsite. So make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss that camping video. I know we're gonna get a lot of mixed opinions online about this product, but we decided to go for an EcoFlow Delta 2. and not the general dual battery system you get in most overlanding bakkies. The reason why we chose to go this route is, if you go for a dual battery system that's fitted to the bakkie, you can only use it in the bakkie. If you're from South Africa, you've known in recent years we've had a lot of load shedding problems. For the people in other countries, that's where the government just put off the power for whatever reason. So the cool thing about this is you can use it at home as well, and not just in the vehicle. So if you go on the EcoFlow website, you will see there's a lot of options, from the river, the Delta, and there's even bigger options to power your entire house. We decided to go for the Delta. It's a mid-range unit that puts out enough power for your basic camping setups. And they also have lots of different packages, including the unit with either solar panels like we went. You can include a DC charger for inside the bakkie so that the bakkie charges it. But I think for what we want to do, the solar panels will definitely work best. So as you guys can see, this unit comes with an integrated screen. In the center it shows the battery percentage, and on this side it shows how many hours you have left with the power drawn, and on this side it shows the input at the top. So I currently have the panels out. We're getting 150 watt from that, and it's drawing 8 watts. So the phone is charging on this side, and on this side I have the drone batteries just charging, just for the illustration. And on the back there's two 3-prong plugs, two 2-prong plugs, and then there's a 12-volt socket like you get in most cars. The cool thing about this unit is you can switch on and off all of these separate units from the unit itself or from the app. So the cool thing about this is you can control it with the app on your phone, and if you're using this at home, say for load shedding like we mentioned earlier, you can connect this to your home Wi-Fi and then control the unit, the inputs and outputs from the app on your phone, which is pretty cool. Let me go show you the panel. Okay guys, as you can see, these are the panels that come with the unit. So we took the option with extra panels on the side and not the charger for the vehicle. So the panels then fold up and fit into this bag, and this bag also then works as the stand to put up these panels. So they only come with this short piece of wire like you can see here, and on the other side is about a 2-meter piece. So I just got two 3-meter extensions just to put this a bit further away from the vehicle in the sun to charge the unit as you're using it. Guys, thank you so much for joining us on this update video. As you can see, there's still space for 1 or 2 things we have planned for the future. If you have any recommendations, please drop them in the comments below, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!